It is time to see what is clicking in Cleveland right now. And Stephanie, I happen to know this for a fact. You know many of the best spots for takeout in town.
That's for sure. I may not be the world's best cook, and that's fine, because what you need in your life is someone who knows takeout, and that is me.
There you go.
We've got a full list on WKYC.com and on our app. Here's a couple that we have for you, though. Here's some recommendations. If you check out downtown, Lago East Bank, phenomenal. On the west side, Ohio City is offering takeout. On the east side, Hooley House, if you want to get your St. Patrick's Day fix, you can hit them up. And then on the south side, Dunkin' locations. That's, of course, all over the place. All right, we've also got an update to you to yesterday's things you can do at home while things are closed down. The Workshop Dance and Fitness Studio in Westlake is streaming free dance workouts. Wow. So this is happening every day at 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. at facebook.com/theworkshopcle. Now don't worry, I know 6 a.m. is very early, but the video's saved so you can check them out later. And they're also sharing high-intensity interval training and recipes, so you're going to want to hit that up. All right, here is something that's been catching on online that I think is important to talk about. People are really rejecting the word social distancing in favor of calling it what it really is, which is physical distancing.
Oh, geez.
So this is a post from Brick, the digital wellness company, which under normal circumstances, we're going to see that post here in a second, they advocate less screen time to be more present. But tech is really saving the day right now, and the point here is that words matter, and we can still be social even while we're physically distancing. So while we keep that physical distance, we've asked people how to share the way that they're connecting. There's that post I was talking about for you. So we asked people to share that with us with the hashtag 3Connect. One of the things that people are suggesting are virtual dinner parties. So they're setting up some video chat, they're cooking dinner, they're having conversations, staying connected that way. Now, other things that people are doing are, these are the submissions that we've gotten in. Some people are creating Skype groups with their coworkers who are all working remotely with funny cat videos. We've got those suggestions coming up for you right now. You'll see them right there. Yep, there's the funny cat video one. And then people are really focusing on that video chat thing, of course, with FaceTime, making phone calls instead of texting. This one's really cool. Those kids that are home from school, people are having them email notes to nursing homes.
That's
so
great
that
idea.
they can share a message with those people that have the visitors restricted.
So physical distancing is what we're supposed to call it. I can't help but think, you know, this is just like one of those eye-rolling moments. I get very sarcastic in these situations. Like, really?
Well,
is now the time to discuss
social
this?
media
Yes.
for a reason. And
I
mental
understand
health
that.
is really important, so I do really think words matter here. So I think it's an important distinction to
But
make.
we're not telling people to distance on social media. It's just the physical part, and that's why they want to call it physical distancing.
Right, not social distancing.
Tell the government we'll have to change
Terminology,
everything.
terminology.